All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the Akim out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity. This is Brother Shamar coming back with another lesson. And in this lesson, I wanted to speak on everything that's pretty much been going on in San Francisco, pretty much the whole Bay Area, mainly San Francisco, though, predominantly, you know, because a lot of stuff been happening ever since, you might as well say since the pandemic started, pretty much. Because I was looking into it after I read this article right here. As you see, this is from Blacklisted News, and it's pretty much right here in the heading telling you all the different stores that at one point in time that endorsed BLM. Like I said, amid all the riots and everything going on, now are closing their stores basically in the crime-ridden San Francisco. Because ever since, pretty much like I said, around the time of the pandemic started to when things started to slowly open back up, pretty much the crime out in San Francisco has gone up. All right. And now you've seen what we've seen, a lot of companies or businesses shut down and just pack up and leave. And this article kind of goes into it, pretty much telling you that the reason they've been shutting down their businesses and whatnot is because of the rampant crime. And I was kind of looking into it because I think it was around 2021 or so, sometime in 2021, that they passed a bill out here in California in San Francisco to where it's considered a petty theft crime to steal up to like $950 worth of material. So you can still, anything up to that price pretty much, and it's not considered, you ain't gonna get in trouble pretty much. So they just basically made it a safe haven for people to just boost and steal all type of stuff, and that's what you've been seeing going on out there. And with all the crime and stealing and whatnot going on, it's just not even safe for businesses to be set up out there no more. Now you got businesses like Target, that one of the few stores that's out there. This is how they pretty much putting all their stuff in the stores to where it's all locked behind glass doors. And then anything that's not like that, they shutting down, Like you mentioned, all those other stores, the Nordstrom Rack, they're shutting down from the mall, and they blaming all the crime pretty much. And they said it's just been going up. It's been getting crazy. So it's too much. Like the workers don't feel safe. People don't feel safe going there. And why is that? Because everything is going downhill. Basically, this is just a what you call a glimpse of what's to come around everywhere. Really, it's starting out here, but it's really going to, in turn, happen everywhere else. All right. Now, this is Proverbs 29:2. It says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn." And this is what you see going on, man. All right. It says the rampant crime in downtown San Francisco has left numerous retailers throwing up their hands and moving out because it's just too much to deal with. All you see is people just stealing stuff, busting in cars, the broad daylight. All right, people stealing your luggage, whatever, as well as running in these stores. Because recently you had a chick get shot at the Walgreens out there, and I believe they getting ready to shut down too pretty much soon, because that spot been getting looted just like every other store out there nonstop. And this is just come to a point to where the workers don't feel safe, and then the companies just want to just shut business down because it's that bad, man. And it's been happening a lot more this year. Pretty much, it's just been going up over time since it started back in 2021. It's just been getting worse year by year. And what else is getting worse is this economy, this society. All right, and like I said, this is just foreshadowing what's to come in the rest of these other states. because it's happening out here, but best believe that the same thing is happening in other places as well. Even if it's at a small degree, it's going to get to the same point that it is out here, to where businesses are shutting down, packing up, or they just put everything behind, locked shelves or some stuff, something like that. All right. But this just shows you the society and the times that we're living in, man, where things is bad, man. All right. Things are really getting just horribly worse and worse. Now, to the point to where businesses are literally shutting down. You had a Whole Foods out there shut down. Now you have a Nordstrom Rack shut down. You had when Gap been shut down, but you're having all these other stores just shut down as well, man. And what is that going to do? With all these stores shutting down, you're going to be through out there. And then it's going to just make things much, much worse out there in that area, man. And then you had them saying they want to bring out the National Guard out there to deal with the drugs, basically fentanyl epidemic out there, because it's just crazy. People overdosing all the time. So now they want to bring out the National Guard out there, and it's just showing you how bad that city is, man. All right. And this is just a small glimpse of America as a whole. Okay. Now this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." And this is the times that we're living in, man, where people like certain economists or whatnot have been saying that a recession is on the way, or things are getting ready to get real bad this year. Yet you're seeing things like I just showed in the article already taking place prior to a so-called recession even being fully announced by the government. Okay. So imagine once they actually finally come out and announce it, it's going to be a lot more things that happen before they even announce it. So by the time they do say it, you're knee deep in hell, basically. All right. It's going to be a lot more bank failures, bank runs. Everybody trying to take their money out the bank. It's going to go under. Stores shutting down like San Francisco. It's going to happen in a lot more cities because of the crime that's going to be happening. All right. And Oakland is pretty bad too out here, in the Bay Area. San Francisco and Oakland, like damn near back to back. People in Oakland saying they don't even feel safe walking down the street in broad daylight because you can possibly just get robbed. So what is that showing you? That's showing you the times that we're in, man, where it's evil times, man. All right. Judgment can happen at any moment. All right. Hey, you gotta. That's why you, like the elders and apostles and other brothers as well, be mentioning often, about always praying to make it back safely home, because that's the type of times that we're living in, man, where it's literally not even safe just walking down the street, man, in certain areas. And it's going to end up being like that everywhere, though. It's not even going to be in certain cities. It's going to be every single city. It just starts in one area and then slowly, spreads pretty much like a virus. Because once that area goes in collapse, then the next area, then the next area, then you feel me, it's the whole state, then the next state, until it's just everywhere, man. All right. And this is what Esau wants, man. He wants chaos out there because I was looking into it, and regarding the article I was reading, and it was saying like, I think around, it was around 2021. Yeah, it had to be sometime in 2021, because that Newsom signed that law in which the limit for shoplifting was 950. So you can steal stuff up to that amount and not be basically arrested for it. So they want this chaos to happen, man. This isn't no coincidence that all crime is going up to an all-time high. The drugs is being pushed super heavy in San Francisco. All right. Crime is high in Oakland. Things are just getting worse and worse to where people are not feeling safe out here, man. All right. It's just showing you the times that we living in, man. This is why you have to constantly be in the spirit, man, praying. All right. And really walking circumspectly, man. You gotta pay attention. You can't just be walking like a zombie like these other majority of these Babylonians do. They literally be walking down the street just staring at their phone. Then the bug out come and attack you, or a dude just come run up behind you and grab you, like, and put you in a chokehold. You're not even paying attention to your surroundings, man. All right. But continuing on, in verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And that's exactly what you see going on, man. All right. It's building up to where it's going to be sedition among men. People just basically acting buck wild out here, man. All right. And this is just the beginning of it. Them just looting from grocery stores and whatnot. When all these stores get shut down and there's no more stores to go to, what's the next thing they can do? They're going to start breaking into these people's homes, man. Because then you ain't got the stores out there to go loot from no more. You're going to start looting from actual other people out there in that same city. And like I said, this is what they want to happen ultimately, man. And then coincidentally, as things going to get worse, which they will, coincidentally, they're going to have the National Guard already out there to step into action. All right. So all this stuff isn't no coincidence that's playing on, man. You're witnessing the downfall of this society. All right. And like I said, I'm only speaking on what's happening out here because, I live out here, so I see it. Yet I'm sure that in different states as well, the same type of things are happening on a low scale or a bigger scale, This is showing you the times that we in, man. All right. You can only imagine how things are going to get as the times get harder regarding like when that recession really hit in this society. The economically, is real bad out here because it's still somewhat normal, and everybody's saying that it's about to get real bad, and it's very soon. All right, not next year or whatever. They saying that it's gonna happen this year, man. And you already seeing stuff bad as far as regarding the crimes and whatnot. Hey, so the 2/3 of our people, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, you're gonna be getting caught up in that, man. All right, thinking that everything was a game and a joke, that America was going to continue functioning on, didn't want to take heed, but ultimately, you're going to be getting caught up in all this chaos going on when this is playing out. All right, when that sedition among men is happening and it's invading one another, people basically breaking in your home now instead of going and looting a Walgreens or a Whole Foods or any other grocery store or whatever. They're going to be looting your crib because all the stores done packed up and left. All they got now is to break into somebody else's home, But continuing on, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And like I said, why are you not going to be able? Because it's going to be locked down. All right. And they got the National Guard, which they already announced to help deal with the fentanyl situation out there in San Francisco. They say they want to send the National Guard out there for that. But then when things actually get way more worse out there, what you think they're gonna do with the National Guard? They're gonna use them for pretty much helping out with that as well. All right. And when martial law happens, what is that? They already got the troops out here for it, as far as the National Guard, international troops or whatever. They got all this stuff ready, man. You seen videos a while back with all these different tanks and stuff on the trains, these different army trucks on the road, a few years back, man. What you think they was doing? They was heading to their whatever area or location. They was just, getting everything together for when that time would happen. Continuing on, it says, "For because of their pride, The cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And this is the times that we're coming into, man. Like I said, they're looting from these stores. And once these stores are gone and you can't loot these stores no more, what do you have left to loot? All right. Your neighbor. That's the very next thing. And people are already stealing from people as far as like their cars and whatnot. Sometimes from an actual person on the street. But how much more once they can't even go and loot these stores and these stores and everything else like they've been doing in San Francisco? Because these stores, they packing up, they shutting down and leaving. Because there's no point in even having a business open when the only thing that happened is bug outs coming in there, grabbing hella shit and stealing from you every day in and day out. Then nobody want to work there. Somebody might get killed there. People overdosing there. It's just hell doing business in that type of environment. And once it's nowhere to steal from, far as the business goes, then you go after the next thing to steal from, which is the people there. All right, your neighbor, other people's cribs, running in their homes. All right, this is the type of times that we're coming into, though, man. Crime is a normal thing now to occur out here. You literally have to look out over your shoulder. Like I said, walking circumspectly. Matter of fact, let me get that. Slide. Yes, it should be Ephesians 5:15. Yep. Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. And that's how you're supposed to be walking, man. All right. Walking circumspectly. All right. Paying attention, man. Redeeming the time. The times that we living in is not. It's not no time to be, just walking around like it's all good, basically, man. You actually have to be careful when you're walking around, man. When you're moving around in this society, people on edge, stressed out. You got road rage shootings and just all type of just chaos just taking place randomly, man. So you got to walk circumspectly, all right? Redeeming the time, because the days are evil, and we are living in evil days, man. All right? All type of wickedness is happening and only getting worse as this place continues to go on. All right? The love of many waxing cold because of wickedness, So you seeing that increase, man. That spirit increase, the love of many waxing cold. People just robbing from other people, people shooting other people. All right. All type of madness is going on because of the times that we're living in, man. And you have to be circumspect. Pay attention, understanding that the times that we're living in and move accordingly, walking with wisdom, man. Because the days that we're in, man, you have to be, on point. All right. Hey, so with that, I'm going to wrap up and give our praises again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the Akim out there, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. And Shalom.